Well, back tuning into today's video, going to have a look at the weather for the week ahead today. Having a detailed forecast for the coming week. So we've got Storm Desmond blasting the country today, giving heavy rain, torrential rain to the northwest and severe gales in places as well. So it's a rough old day across the north and west of the country. In particular, down in the southeast, it's not as bad. It is windy, but the worst of it is certainly in the north. I think today's probably the worst of the coming week, actually, in terms of wind and rain. There will be more rain coming through during the week at times, but I don't think it'll reach quite the level of today's wet weather. And I don't think we'll have quite the depth of wind that we've got across the country today either. Going to be a very mild week coming up generally, but it will start to turn colder towards the end of the week. So if you don't like this very mild winter weather that we're having at the moment, it looks like things will cool down a bit as we get through into the end of the week and into the weekend as well. Maybe with some frost and some wintry showers in the north. Well, if you want to get on with that, just say about the ads. There's links to articles on the page of Gas Weather. Just have a browse widgets and click through the links if there's any articles that you're interested in. And thanks so much for doing that. This video ads on most of the pages. I may open up with the content when you watch them. They'll close back up again. That's how to pay website. And of course, the Christmas shop is open. So if you've got any Christmas shopping to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, just click through the Amazon banners in the Christmas shop. It'll take you off to Amazon, where you can do your shopping as normal. Don't need to do anything else differently, but because you've gone from Gas Office to Amazon, we get a review fee on things you're purchasing. I think Boxing Day is 3 weeks today, so you've still got plenty of time to do your shopping at Amazon and get it to you before the Christmas holiday. The website we're using for weekend forecast is coming from weatherapp.com and website.de. You can find both websites on the links page. So here's the radar picture. It's very striking. You can see that we've got loads of heavy rain across Scotland, Ireland, Northern England, coming down into the northwest of Wales. Into the northwest of Wales. What you'll notice with this is that generally to the east, so eastern Scotland, northeast England, Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, it is mostly dry, and the heaviest of the rain is out to the west. So we're clocking up huge rainfall totals to the west of high ground through the course of today, with not as much. Some of it will get through to the east, but not as much getting over the Scottish mountains and the Pennines onto the eastern side of the country. The bulk of central, southern, southeast England is mainly dry today. Here's the Arctic pressure chart. So we've got a real southwesterly coming in across the country, following the isobars back, and the air is originating from the middle part of the Atlantic. Very tightly packed isobars as well, so it's really windy. And the worst wind's actually going to migrate from Scotland and Northern Ireland down into Northern England, North Wales and the Midlands through the course of this afternoon and into this evening, where we will have gales in many places, gale force gusts, severe gales certainly around those western hills and coasts. Gusts could easily go up to 40, 50 miles an hour widely. And some places will see gusts of up to 60, 70 or 80 miles an hour through the course of this afternoon and into this evening. Even in the far south-southeast, it is pretty windy. So I've got all that very heavy rain across the north and west through the course of this afternoon, as well as being very windy. It's a bit of a write-off, I have to say. It's one of those days for staying indoors and probably watching the telly, because it is a write-off across much of the north. The south is better. It's windy, it's cloudy, a few bright spells coming through, but at least it's mainly dry down here. And the compensating factor of all of this is that at least it's very mild, because temperatures are going to be up to 13, 14 degrees in some places. That's around mid-50s Fahrenheit. It won't feel as mild as that, of course, in the wind and in the rain as well, but technically it is a very mild day across the country. The strongest of winds will continue to migrate south, so it's really through the Midlands, southern, southeast and parts of England, but we'll have, again, risk of gale force winds overnight tonight. Winds easing off, staying quite strong, but easing off further north, and we'll keep further rain going across Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England through the course of the night. That'll turn more showery across Scotland later on in the night, and the showers will begin to turn a little bit wintry, perhaps across the far north of Scotland by the end of the night as the wind begins to turn into the northwest. Exceptionally mild night, though, for most parts of the country. Northern Scotland going down to 2 or 3 Celsius, but the bulk of the country see those temperatures holding up again at around 12, 13 degrees. Really, really warm tonight for the time of year across most parts of the country. So winds will ease through the course of Sunday. As I say, that's probably the end of the worst of the winds through the coming week. We find the winds easing down through the course of Sunday morning. There'll be a band of showery rain, becoming increasingly light and patchy, moving south and east across England and Wales, with brighter skies following. I think by the end of Sunday afternoon, we'll all end up on a brighter, drier note with sunny spells. Temperatures will start off exceptionally mild in the south and cool a little bit, so finishing up at around 10 or 11. Will be cooler from the Midlands northwards through northern England, Scotland. Temperatures there around 8 or 9 Celsius. Not too bad for the time of year, really, but it'll certainly feel a bit cooler than we've had just recently. And Sunday night could be a bit chilly for a while, with perhaps a patchy ground frost in the north and east. But as we go through into Monday, we're bringing the wind back in from the south again. There's probably going to be a warm front moving north and east across the country through the course of Monday morning, taking cloud and a little bit of patchy, drizzly rain through the country. And then it'll turn very mild again behind that warm front. So despite quite a lot of cloud, a few sunny spells, but quite a lot of cloud, we'll see the temperatures going back up to around 13, 14, possibly 15 degrees on Monday afternoon. However, there's a cold front coming into the west that will bring cloud and heavier rain into Ireland and onto the western fringes of the country, with tightly packed isobars in places as well, making for a windy day, especially up the Irish Sea. Not as bad as it is today, but it will turn windy in the west on Monday afternoon. We get through into Tuesday and we bring the cold front across the country Monday into Tuesday, so there'll be a band of cloud and rain spreading through the UK, starting off probably on quite a wet note in central, southern and eastern parts of the country on Tuesday morning. That should get out of the way through the day. And then really it's sunshine and showers, most of the showers in the north and west, very few down in the south and the southeast, with cooler air. Showers could be a little bit wintry over the Scottish mountains. Temperatures in the south again starting off very mild and turning a bit cooler, but really well above average, around 10 or 11 Celsius. In the north, well, it is cooler there. Temperatures around 5 or 6. It's closer to what you would expect for this time of the year. Quite a bit of dry weather going into Wednesday. It could be a patchy ground frost in the north, but I think we'll have fairly good sunny spells through most of the day. You'll notice isobars again picking up in the northwest, so probably turning wet and windy across Scotland and Northern Ireland by the end of Wednesday. Otherwise, plenty of dry weather with those sunny spells. Temperatures will be a bit cooler, so in the north we're around 5 or 6 Celsius, in the south probably around 9 or 10. Still a little bit above average for the time of the year. And then a cold front is coming across the country again on Thursday, so it is a changeable week with bands of rain swinging through the country. I think we'll have a wet day on Thursday with outbreaks of rain moving through, and then sunshine and showers following along behind. It'll turn cooler and fresher behind that rain, so showers could again begin to turn wintry across the high ground of Scotland. Temperatures still very mild in the east at around 12 or 13 degrees, but as the rain clears it'll turn cooler around 7 or 8 in the north. And then we finish the week on a colder note really for Friday, with winds beginning to back towards the northwest, so yeah, starting to come down from a polar maritime source around Greenland. There'll be a lot of dry weather, I would think, on Friday with sunny spells. Could be a few showers in the north, and they could well turn increasingly wintry across Scotland. Maybe some snow even coming down to low levels across Scotland by the time we get through to Friday. And expect the risk of frost as well as we're going into Friday and the weekend by night. Temperatures on Friday will be back to average, so in the north around 3 or 4, in the south around 6 or 7. It's no worse than average, but it will be quite a shock to the system, especially for southern parts of the country. We probably keep that fairly cool theme going into next weekend, actually. We're within fairly chilly air and building a ridge across the country, so I expect a growing risk of frost over the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised to see some snow showers in the north of the country as well, especially perhaps on Saturday. Finally, having a look at the charts from the Weather Outlook, just so you can see weather in your area over the next week. So we start off on Saturday today with all of that rain in the north and the west of the country. Very wet in the north and west. This is wrong. It actually shows that northern England and North Wales is dry, and we know we've got torrential rain going on down there. These are computer generated. I think I haven't got human input. So the rain is further south and east. Further south and east, so it is mainly dry, and it's windy with severe gales in the northwest and exceptionally mild as well. A lot of dry weather as we go through into Sunday. It will be an improving day with sunny spells spreading down from the north. We get through into Monday, and well, we're going to have the chance of some rain in the west, particularly by the end of the day. Central parts of the country should be mostly dry. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday will all be staying changeable with showers or longer spells of rain coming across the country. Temperatures generally mild, but it will start to cool off as we get through towards the weekend. So in summary, we're starting off stormy today. Today's the worst day of the week in terms of wind and rain. As we get today out of the way, we'll be staying changeable with more bands of rain coming through, but not the level of rain that we've got today in the north and west. And we should also, although it will be quite windy at times, we also shouldn't have the severe gales that we've got going on today as well. It'll be generally a very mild week, exceptionally mild at times in the south, but turning a bit colder as we get through to the weekend. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.